And when I switch it on, it says tap here to start blipping. What you're about to witness is the world's only real-time recognition engine, and the words are describing everything it is looking at. This is based on a 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi connection. It doesn't really matter. But the words are describing what the machine is looking at and explaining it in reality what is going on. And it's never seen this room before, but it's trying to guess. It thinks it's a school, maybe there's a performance going on, there's an audience, there's a crowd. It's almost guesstimating, like anybody would do it for this room. But when you give something very specific to it, so this is a very famous budding artist called Scarlett Raven out of England and hugely recognized by the Queen recently. So she's making augmented reality paintings. So same browser, when you point it at something very specific here, you will notice the screen transform. And there should be an audio on it as well. So you're noticing here artists are creating content now on two-dimensional painting, but actually doing it in a layered way. This artist actually took 1.5 years to do this painting, and every aspect of the painting was almost like a manual, physical Photoshop. She built one layer, she stitched it, she built another layer, she stitched it. This is actually real oil painting, digitally captured, but with whoever is the user, when they buy the painting or consume the painting, half the story is on the canvas and half the story is in the AR layer. This is a long one, you can spend hours on it, so I'll skip over and show you something very marketing specific. So this is Procter & Gamble, communicating in over 70 countries with their beauty product called Max Factor, asking people at point of sale to engage with their product. So immediately when you look at that piece of paper, it says, find your perfect red. So now what I'm going to do is, we'll do a skin color detections on what's the right complexion. It's slightly slow, just bear with me. And then, based on my skin tone, the Marilyn Sunset Red is the right lipstick for me. And then I can watch the tutorial and I can buy it. And keep in mind, all this is happening on a single browser. Now this is another example of entertainment industry. So we're still on the same browser. Now when we point at the Star Wars Rebels, which is one of the big games by Disney, this again, the whole Star Wars logo environment opens up in three-dimensional space. You can really check out the absolute details in it if you need to. So it says join the Rebellion Army. Being a rebel, I would. And then the orientation could be slightly different because of the layout of the phone for you. But then these stormtroopers are going to fly in this room. And now we are literally in the middle of a real war zone. And you can do like a multiplayer game. So you get the idea that how in AR browser you can move from one thing to another rapidly. Just so you know, the recognition capabilities is it can recognize any fruit, any flower, any animal, any point of interest, monument. The list is endless. The system can recognize billions of things. But very recently and very controversially, we launched world's first face recognition system in the same browser, because when Blippar asks users to blip stuff, almost 95%, so we've got like 65 million users on the platform, almost 95% people blip faces, and these are public figures. So today around 70,000 public figures in Blippar is blippable, and again, it's a real-time engine, it's really fast. And we almost like to take up a challenge that you put anybody's face. So I brought this random magazine to try it out, so that it's this week's People magazine, and you point it at anyone, so that's Meryl Streep, and then I go to the next page, and I'll show you what happens when you click on them. It's an interesting concept. So instantly, in 30 seconds, it can recognize anybody in real life, in moving pictures and television, and so same concept. Humans are part of the physical world. So there's this idea we have developed called the visual knowledge graph. So if you click on any of these entities, this whole content is AI generated. So we get to see Meryl Streep's knowledge graph. So what is the connection of Meryl Streep and, let's say, Devil Wears Prada? And then you hard click on it and explains you the entity in detail. And everything you need to know about Meryl Streep, all publicly available information, appears literally below it. And now somehow if Devil Wears Prada takes your attention, you go into that molecule and you can surf endlessly. There is no end to this. You can go from one entity to another, hop on, hop off, till almost like the end of time. That's how it's designed, and yeah, that's sort of the end of the presentation. It also works on real people, so I wanted to show it. It's not photos. It's a real recognition engine, so that'll be my knowledge graph, what you see right behind me. So if any one of you are famous and if you have a Wikipedia entry, you'd be on Blippar already today. Thank you very much.